I'll write it and we'll do it live. Oh, hey, we're live. Um, okay. Hey, everybody, we're back for our Star Wars roleplay stream on time, on the dot, 9:03 every single Monday, like clockwork.
Just as we planned.
Bullseye every time. I'm like Kim Jong-un golfing. Right on the where the ball goes every time.
18 hole-in-ones in a row.
The first time he played. That's like
Yes.
me with streaming.
Mm.
So we're back. Last time we started the guys off kind of heading off on a supply run. And they're going on a supply run to get parts to upgrade their ships. So it's kind of like going to the store to pick up your own Christmas present and then having to wait to open it. But at least you get a Christmas present. So
now that you put it that way, I don't want to go.
Shouldn't somebody else go? I feel kind of you're also going to get paid a little bit for doing a job.
I mean, that's the only reason Raul will do it at all, is because there's a contract.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. He convinced himself he definitely was not doing it for free. He's like, yeah, this is a business deal.
This is legitimate business.
He wanted it to be legitimate
business. I am a legitimate businessman.
He should have that as a part of his inner monologue. That would be fantastic.
He does now.
He gets up in the morning. He kind of like, whatever, looks himself in the mirror. I am a legitimate businessman.
Now I'm wondering if he has like a company motto.
He's
that would take effort, but I don't know.
He may be a legitimate businessman, but he's no corporate stooge. Okay.
He's an
that sounds like a motto.
My company motto is I ain't no corporate stooge.
It's on his business cards.
Oh man.
Hello, he carries in his briefcase.
My name is Raul Bronar. I'm not a corporate stooge.
So, Daniel, did you see him flash the card just now, or did it hang for a second?
It hung.
Oh, good. It's not just me. Oh, thank goodness. I knew it was your fault. I knew it, except for when I disconnected. I knew it was your fault. All right. So let's get moving on here. You guys boarded Raul's ship. Druto hopped on as a passenger because basically Druto was going to be there for days and days and days doing nothing while the mechanic family figured out what his starship was doing and how.
And they didn't want me around to figure it out, so they twisted my arm to get out of the way.
They kind of like, I mean, he was being considerate. As he pointed out, all he had to offer you was a bunkhouse formerly inhabited by smelly pirates, completely uncleaned. So might not want to be there for days and days.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much worse it was than where he already lives, but I'm sure it's worse.
Hey, Blark runs a pretty good organization. Like, it may not be, a luxury hotel, but it's clean and neat and all that. It's like a college dorm, except without the fungus.
And full of
disrepair.
more, and with more illegal activities.
Oh, there are no legal activities there.
Right. Right.
Like, you had a meal. It's probably illegal somewhere.
It's probably illegal somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ral's company's logo is it was legal where I picked it up. So how was I to know? So anyway, we're gonna zoom right to the moment that I want to see. So the mechanic guy, Jonas, he kind of waved you guys off as you're boarding Ral's ship. And so now, Druto, I'm assuming you've carried a backpack with some stuff in it along with you, like maybe some clothes and a couple of possessions.
Sure. Either I was intending to stay there, or I mean, probably. So yeah, sure, I'll have something with me.
Okay, so you've got some necessities and so on. So here's Druto kind of standing at the top of the boarding ramp of Ral's ship. What happens next? Does Ral like pay any attention to him or just kind of walk away?
Ral will show him where one of the spare bunks is.
All right. One of the spare bunks.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I believe I have that. I think I have the image for that. What do you know? I do. Actually, I'm going to open this. Open with drawing. I know how much you guys like my drawing.
It's the best. It's the only reason I come back here.
You should draw more. You should draw more things.
I do like drawing. Let's see if I can resize this a little bit. There we go. That feels a little better. All right. So 8 is where your boarding ramp is. Where are the spare bunks?
16.
Mr. knows his ship. Okay. So there's a spare room back there. I guess 3 is yours.
Yep.
Since it's got its
3
own
is
stuff.
The captain's quarters.
2
I mean,
looks
technically,
suspiciously like a toilet.
Yeah,
technically,
that's
you're the
refresher.
captain. You could have repurposed the guest thing as your like large personal bedroom. No,
Nah.
this is just stock. Okay.
It's
So go ahead.
It's stock. Yep.
So Ral walks you back there and shows you where one of the bunks is, or do you just kind of wave him into the room like there you go, there's the extra beds?
Yeah, I'll just show him the door and be like, yeah, you can crash in here.
Hey, thanks. That's great.
So Druto goes in. I guess you drop your stuff. Ral, what do you do?
He'll go in there and I'll just leave.
Okay. So
I'll probably just head towards the cockpit.
Okay. So as you're going, you're passing. Which way are you passing? So hey, what's this right here? What's this layout? There's an arrow pointing like that.
I'm not really sure.
We're gonna have to figure out what that is. That's not the boarding ramp, right?
Number 8 is the boarding ramp, I believe.
Right, but it doesn't open that way, right?
Right. Yeah, I have no idea what the arrow is.
We're gonna pretend it's not there for now. That's it.
Okay.
We'll just call that lots of space. That's
lots
weird.
of space.
It's space. Okay. So you're passing through here. You're passing through your cargo area. And you kind of notice, like, peeking through the door over here is your hyper squirrel.
Okay.
And he's just kind of staring past you towards the other door that you just came through, just staring
without moving. I'll just stop and be like, don't worry about him. It'll be fine. And then I'll just keep walking.
So he just kind of stares for a second and then follows you. Oh no. Oh, this is going to go well. So you head up to the cockpit and you hop into the pilot seat. You're just going to go ahead and start doing pre-flight and getting ready.
I'm just going to go ahead and prep.
And so the hyper squirrel hops into the co-pilot seat.
Okay.
As he's used to doing. He always does this.
As he does.
So that'll take you a few minutes. Druto, what have you been up to? It took you all of 2 seconds to drop your backpack. So then...
I guess I'm just kind of scan the room a little bit and then he's probably gonna go try to find Ral pretty quick just to figure out where he needs to be and take off and stuff and look at the jump schedule. So he'll
in room 21.
He'll probably kind of slowly make his way to the cockpit, and he might kind of look in other rooms, but he's not going to mess around with somebody else's ship without him around.
Okay.
He has that much in common.
Sure. You see a giant arrow pointing at the floor over here. You don't know what that's all about. But so you kind of step back out, and all the doors are closed. Unless you're going to poke your head in, there's not much to see.
No, probably not then.
So you kind of wander.
I should kind of know the way to the cockpit. I've been in the ship a little.
Well, we walked to that place from the boarding ramp.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so you'll kind of wander your way back. And what is this? Like an entertainment, like refreshment area or something? Like a kitchenette?
Let's see. Number 6. Those are acceleration couch. But I guess there's like other...
Oh, that's like a table there. That's like a table. I got it.
Probably has one of those holographic board games. You know, those things.
You know, hollow chess.
Yeah.
Which is what it's called. Yeah, one of those games.
Yeah, why you would play that while you're experiencing G's, I don't know, but better than some
I guess
other
that's
things,
why they use holographic pieces. They don't slide around.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's it.
All right, so
you
get to this
so far ahead.
You what?
They thought so far ahead when they were making Star Wars.
Sure.
But they didn't think, what if I use my starship as a battering ram? I'm just going to go into light speed like a battering ram.
That's how that works.
Think about that.
We could keep that going all night.
We could.
Let's begin. Let's fork this stream. Let's head off down that branch. So you get to this area that looks like it has a bunch of seats and like there's a table. It looks like it's kind of interactive-ish.
Okay.
What do you do?
I might poke at it a little bit.
The table? Okay.
Yeah, seems like a communal place, so it's probably safe.
Okay.
I'll push buttons and pull up menus or whatever.
Ral, since this is your ship, what happens when he starts poking at it? What kind of like software or entertainment or like functionality does it have?
I really don't know. I guess he probably hasn't messed with that too much.
It's completely stock.
So yeah, probably just whatever came with it.
Okay. So you poke at it a bit, and the main menu pops up and says, "Hello, new user. Would you like to log in?"
Sure.
Oh no. Very well. What is your name?
And he enters his name.
Okay.
His full
Thank
name.
you, Mr. Bibble. What would you like to do today?
He looks for entertainment and news options.
Okay. So you're kind of like scrolling down through it, and the menu kind of highlights one and says, "This one seems interesting. Would you like to purchase this news feed?"
No.
Oh, I see.
Oh, no.
Perhaps something of a entertainment programming, whatever.
Is everything it offers like subscriptions or and the like?
Oh, everything has to be paid for, more or less. Yeah. Like everything that you see. And there's, millions of options.
Okay. He gets frustrated and logs out.
Out of where?
Out of the interface.
Okay. So you just shut the thing down.
Yeah, I just shut it down.
Okay.
And then
So Ral, go ahead.
He just kind of shakes his head, frustrated, and starts heading toward the cockpit.
Okay. So Ral, you've been doing pre-flight. Everything looks good. You're just about ready to go. And then Druto, do you knock or do you just kind of open the door? What do you do?
Yeah, he'll probably knock.
Okay. Are you knocking on that door next to the boarding ramp? There are two doors.
Raul probably would have just left those doors open.
Okay, so they're open. And so you've been hearing like this voice coming from the table. And then you kind of overhear like, "Would you like to purchase this?" Okay, thank you.
Raul's getting up and walking back there.
Okay.
Okay. So Raul meets you kind of halfway.
What are you doing?
That stupid entertainment thing is wanting me to pay for anything on there. I didn't see any built-in function, so I just turned it off.
Okay, good.
But it was trying to sell me like all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Well, I guess that'll go on the to-do list. Well, anyway, we're about to take off. I'm walking back towards the cockpit.
Okay.
You're intentionally doing this. You're intentionally doing this.
So he follows him then.
Okay, so you get to the cockpit. There's a squirrel sitting in one of the chairs.
Raul will sit in the in his seat, and I was like, "Don't sit on the squirrel."
Okay.
The squirrel's staring at Druto.
When did you get a squirrel?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I don't remember seeing one the last time I was here. Is it? I don't think I've ever seen one of those, actually.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. So Druto just takes there's an open seat, right?
Yeah, it looks like there's 3 up there.
Okay. So he'll just take the open seat, kind of watching the squirrel.
So you're staring at the squirrel who is staring at you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
It's does it normally just stare at people like this? Because does it got a problem with me or something?
You're asking too many questions.
Seems like the right number to me, but
It'll be fine.
okay.
Well, that one time, it was fine for me.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Can
So
I
Yeah.
want to make sure that I can lock my cabin while I'm sleeping.
Oh.
That's what he says.
We'll just say that the door has like a courtesy lock on it. Like the captain's gonna be able to get in at any time that they want, but it has a lock so that people would not normally be able to just walk in.
And Druto doesn't know how smart the squirrel is, so he's gonna have to be content with that.
Probably not. Virtually no one knows about them. So okay, so everybody's sitting down and strapped in, except for the squirrel. So Ral, I assume you lift off. You head off. So you end up jumping a couple of systems back towards the main route, and from there you're going to continue down it for a way. The system is about a half a day away from the point where you get back on the main hyperlane. So it's a good long stretch. It's about 12 hours down that main route.
Okay.
So you guys are in hyperspace, and it's going to be a long time. So what do you do, Raul? Do you normally just hang out in the cockpit while you're in motion, or do you like go do other stuff in the ship, or what?
He might go do other stuff in the ship, just kind of depending on what's going on. Like he might go tinker around in the machine shop or something like that.
So Druto, what does Druto do once I assume at some point Raul kind of lets him know, yeah, we're going to be in hyperspace for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
He'll probably check out something he brought with him on his data pad or something for a while, and then once he gets bored, he'll probably nose around and see what Raul's up to, and definitely will ask if he's in the machine, if he catches him in the machine shop.
Ask what? Okay, so Raul's in the machine shop, kind of poking at something, and you catch him in there.
Oh, hey, what you doing?
Oh.
Well, out of character, I don't even know what Raul's doing. Let's see. What would he be doing?
Something for his ship.
Yeah.
Something for his baby.
I could totally see Raul making an excuse to stop doing whatever he's doing just so he doesn't have to talk about it.
Raul will just say, "Oh, I'm just messing with this thing."
Very good. Very good.
Okay. What's it? Oh, like that's that. It's I like the shop. Yep.
Awkward.
Dang.
Awkward. So does Druto just kind of stand there after saying that, or does he start to leave?
He stands there for a little bit and just looks around and watches what Raul's doing for a minute.
Okay. So it gets more and more awkward. Who do we think breaks first and leaves?
I think Druto might.
Okay. So what is he?
Just
Does
be
he
awkward
at
for
any
a little
point
bit.
get the idea that he wants to go take a nap or anything like that?
Yeah, probably. He might go back to the entertainment center and spend a few minutes trying to see if anything is preloaded that he doesn't have
Okay.
to pay for. If it isn't, he'll give up and go take a nap.
Okay. So you kind of head back up to the entertainment area.
And it's gonna start talking again.
Yeah, you kind of poke at it. The system comes up. Hello, Mr. Bibble. Thank you for returning. Would you like to look at some of our fine news or entertainment options?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. How can I help you? Would you like to read some of our vast collection of news and entertainment texts collected from all over the galaxy?
So he tries to do some kind of search for whatever is free or pre-installed.
So the little like area, there's like a little kind of anthropomorphized piece of metal that's like floating kind of on the edge of the thing. When you go to do a search, it kind of like shakes and says, "Hey, I see you're doing a search. Let me assist you with that.
It's Clippy.
How would you like to define the parameters of your search?" It's hyper clippy.
Hyper Clippy.
Oh man. So he puts in free.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you poor? Very well. I'll collect an assortment of free options for you to peruse. You may find some of your viewing experiences will be shortened.
Uh.
And then you get a list of about like 100 things.
Okay. So anything that's informational, he'll check out at least or give it a shot. If it does some kind of ad or stop within like a minute, then he's done. And he'll just go take a nap.
So the first kind of informational video you see is the various and sundry mating rituals of the non-sentient species of Quadraur 6.
Okay, now that serves about the same purpose. He'll just go take a nap.
He's like, nah.
No.
Okay. So Ral, I assume, just kind of pokes around and he's kind of enjoying very much spending time with his ship. And Druto naps. So you come to the end of the time and you emerge into the Lombrian system, which is the system you were headed for. It's actually right, kind of like the hyperlane goes right around the outside edge of the system. And there's a reason for that. It's because there's a giant nebula surrounding the entire area. And from publicly accessible information about the system, people usually don't go there. They usually don't bother. But there are 3 or 4 inhabited planets in the system. So part of the implication of the weirdness of the system is there's like 2 or 3 entrances to the nebula. You can't hyper jump through them. And anywhere else, there's all kinds of, obviously uncharted space dust and like rock particulate and stuff. If you want to go through it, you can, but it'll be a really rough ride. But there's a couple of like known safe passages through it that connect to the hyperlane. Okay, so I assume Rao just kind of charts a course towards the nearest one.
Yes.
Okay. Do you get on the intercom or anything to let Druto know?
No.
Okay. Druto, what's the probability that you're just going to sleep like through all of this? At this point, he's probably been asleep for at least like minimum 4 or 5 hours.
I feel like he would probably wake up after the transition out of hyperspace.
Okay, so it kind of shakes you awake.
I would think so.
Whoa. Okay.
And he would probably just head toward the bridge. If it shook him awake. Like,
so you kind of get in
what's
there.
going on?
Yeah, you get in there. Hey, well, what's going on? And you see Rao's actively piloting the ship. Rao? That's why I have a cough hotkey.
Yeah.
Loser.
That space squirrel allergy really, gets you.
I've got hyper hay fever. Now Raul will just say, well, we're out of hyperspace.
Yeah, I noticed. This is an odd place.
Yep.
Okay. This is fantastic.
Yep.
How long till we get there?
Does Raul have any kind of time estimation?
Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of hours because you're at sublight. You kind of have to like wind and weave your way through the charted path through the nebula. And it's not so direct.
Okay. Well, if it's gonna be a while, Druto will just leave and exercise for a little bit, and then use the refresher, and then come back a good chunk before they get close.
Okay. All right. So you leave to go do your own stuff. For Rao, as you're passing through the entryway, like one of the safe passages through the outside of the nebula, you kind of get a hail on your comms, and on your sensors you can see there's kind of a little buoy nearby.
I'll answer the hail. Hey.
Hello, welcome to the Lombrian system. No piracy. We mean it. What brings you to our system?
Not piracy.
Oh, I'm just here to pick up a supply order.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. What planet are you headed for?
I don't remember which planet.
And
he
you
was
tell
supposed
him
to
the
be
planet
heading
is
for.
Donato.
Donato. Yeah, we're just headed over to Donato.
Okay, very good. Head on your way, and no piracy. And then the comm closes.
All right. Well, I'll just head on our way.
So,
and
go
commit
ahead.
no piracy along the way.
No acts of piracy committed. So as you're heading on, I'm just going to go ahead and say that like a standard part of most navigation systems is like a little area a little screen that'll automatically bring up publicly accessible information about the system.
Okay.
Makes sense. If I were designing a ship in Star Wars, that's what I'd do. And so, do you ever pay attention to that kind of thing as you're flying into a system?
Yes.
Okay. So you scroll through it and you notice, oh, okay, there's like all kinds of asteroid fields ahead. And you can like navigate around them if you want, and that's fine. And they're not particularly treacherous, but like it's not the kind of system where you just want to go flat out.
Gotcha.
So you're not too worried. You just feel like you're going to have to keep your eyes up and on the sensors for the next 2 hours.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, he'll strap in and not like
And
physically strap in, but he'll get ready to go through. He'll go as fast as he feels safe going.
okay. And does he get on the intercom to tell Druto anything?
No.
Okay. So that's what I expected. So you head on, and about an hour passes. After about an hour, you have passed through some like not bad, but like some asteroid fields where you kind of needed to provide some active steering. But then you came out on the other side, and it's pretty much clear space. So it's a straight shot to where the next planet is going to be in an hour. Druto, you've had about an hour working out, and I guess you hit the refresher to clean up.
Okay, then I'll head back to the cockpit then and just kind of wait it out.
Okay, so you get back to the cockpit about the time that the planet Donato is starting to come into sight. It's a tiny, itty bitty little ball off in the distance.
I'm assuming the squirrel is still in there.
Oh yeah, I mean he's there now.
Right.
He probably wasn't in the chair over the last 14 hours.
Right. Sure.
He was probably sitting outside the cabin door you're sleeping in, just
staring at it.
It could happen, I guess. Who knows what
happen.
the squirrel does?
Neither of you observed it, so there's no telling what he was doing.
Right.
So, do you say anything when you get back?
Anything interesting?
Yeah. So you just go ahead. Go ahead.
Not that much.
Okay. He just kind of
good.
Keeps an eye out on all the sensors and stuff. I mean, he's a pilot too, so he's gonna pay attention to those things, and not a lot else to do. So yeah.
That's about the point where Druto notices the extremely large number of like asteroid bodies that they passed on the way in.
He's gonna be like, huh, and then doesn't say anything else.
Huh.
Yeah.
So the next hour goes fairly quietly. The planet gets bigger and bigger, and then much bigger, much bigger. And you're able to set down on the planet Donato without any real issues. You sat down in a decently well maintained, not fancy, but decently well maintained pad with a nice concrete wall around it, plenty of space to operate. And boy, we love this part. There's a guy with a data pad kind of hanging around near the entrance to your landing pad. And I think that's where we'll call it for the week. We'll pick up there next time. Any parting comments?
Nope.
None.
None at all.
None. Oh, you're not getting flashbacks, are you?
I don't know
Why
what
would
you're
you be
talking
getting
about.
flashbacks?
Druto's not going to have all of his weapons and armor on him as he leaves the ship. Not at all.
Does he have any weapons?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was joking. He's going to have everything he brought loaded up.
Oh sure, yeah. Oh, I got you. I got you. I get the joke.
He is definitely having the flashbacks.
He's like,
not again.
Yeah,
not again.
Not again. I don't like these customs type people. Mm-mm. And he doesn't even have a ship this time. So yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna call it there. That's like on the nose. 9:45 is when we finish every time. Right on time every time. Like like clockwork. So that's it. We're gonna call it. We're gonna be back next week. We're gonna get into the main bit of this new story. All right, adios. Goodbye.